In 2024, the popular supermarket Trader Joe's released a line of mini tote bags for just $3. They rapidly turned into a sensation. Soon the bags became sold out and people were selling them for hundreds of dollars. Hordes of customers could be seen anxiously waiting for their tote bags while employees tried to control the crowd. In some videos, customers could be seen grabbing as many bags as possible. The question is, what happened? Only a few years ago, tote bags were quite a niche practice. They were supposed to be these sustainable functional items to carry things around. But how did they turn into a consumer obsession? Tote bags rose to prominence with a promise of sustainability. As the environmental implications of plastic bags became clear, tote bags were promoted as a sustainable alternative. Data on plastic waste, photos of wildlife entangled with plastic bags, awareness about climate change, municipalities banning plastic bags. All the ingredients were there to point to plastic bags as the demon and promote tote bags as a sustainable alternative. Tote bags are large open bags with two handles, usually made of cotton. But more importantly, they can be reused countless times. This facilitated the initial rise and popularity of tote bags. Tote bags were essentially this reusable and cool option to carry groceries, personal items, and basically anything that you would need. Companies quickly adopted the narrative that tote bags were the sustainable choice and began offering reusable bags to customers. But how did tote bags evolve from practical items to fashion products? In 2007, British designer Anya Hindmark put reusable bags on the fashion map. She designed a cotton bag with the message "I'm not a plastic bag," which was sold for $10. It became immensely popular. You could see it everywhere. Celebrities used it, people lined up to get one. It turned into an outright fashion mania. Truth to be told, the bag seems to have contributed to the demise of single-use plastic bags. Between 2007, when this bag was produced, and 2010, the use of single-use bags in the UK dropped from 10 billion to about 6 billion per year. Yet, this is not only about the decline of single-use plastic bags. Tote bags have become a real fashion trend beyond the sustainability issue. In other words, now people don't wear tote bags because of their perceived sustainability, but because of their aesthetic appeal. In no time, carrying a tote bag became practically a norm for any trendy urbanite. For many people, tote bags are not only practical bags. Tote bags are many things, from fashion accessories to markers of personal values, or even mediums for political advocacy. In other words, tote bags have become a way to express who you are and who you want to be. Companies soon realized this and began to exploit it. In 2014, the first New Yorker tote bag was produced. For many, this cream and black tote bag turned practically into a status symbol. So far, 2 million of these tote bags have been gifted to subscribers, becoming not only a way to express your support for this magazine, but also a great way for the company to promote itself. This is a great example of how tote bags have become a branding tool. As a businessman put it,
"The idea is to use your customers as mobile billboards. If any brand claims otherwise, they are lying."
It's a great marketing move. Essentially, it's free advertising.
There's a trend in New York right now where people are wearing merch, carrying totes from local delis, hardware stores, or their favorite steakhouse,
said the designer Rachel Corney. But this is not something new. We all have carried single-use bags with the logo of the local supermarket. The difference is that reusable bags are much more efficient marketing tools than single-use bags. If you get a branded reusable bag, you will move around with it much more than with a single-use bag. Compared to the traditional plastic or paper bag, the customer will keep the tote bag, so the brand will be seen on more occasions than just a journey from the store to home. Many customers seem to love it. Speaking about these reusable cotton bags, a skincare company reported that
customers consider them an emblematic part of the experience, so much so that the brand receives angry emails when they don't arrive with online orders.
But many companies use tote bags not only for general advertising, but to portray themselves as sustainable companies. If you remember, tote bags were originally promoted as a more sustainable alternative than single-use plastic bags. The idea here is that plastic bags create many environmental problems, while tote bags are made from natural fibers and are reusable. That creates a sort of intuitive association between tote bags and sustainability. Tote bags have become one of the easiest ways to show publicly that you care about the environment and that you contribute to using less plastic, and this is something that companies are eager to exploit. This is what is known as greenwashing. Greenwashing is the opportunistic use of sensitivity to environmental issues by certain companies to improve their reputation. In other words, it is the practice of portraying a company to be very sustainable even if that's not the case. For instance, extremely pollutant companies such as Coca-Cola, Shein, or Tote have branded tote bags. Very often, for instance, I see tote bags that say reduce, reuse, recycle in the stores of companies that definitely promote overconsumption. Yet, if a brand uses tote bags, it gives the image of being a green brand. For companies, using this kind of bags is the easiest way to join the sustainability trend without actually introducing any changes in their operations. While this is not the topic of this video, the preference for cotton tote bags over plastic bags is not so clear. Cotton takes a lot of energy, water, and pesticide to grow. It's actually one of the most consuming crops out there. So to compensate for the impact of this, you would need to reuse the tote bag many times. If you accumulate many tote bags at home, that's just overconsumption. There's nothing sustainable about that. There is still one factor of the rise of tote bags that we have to cover. In a rather weird twist, tote bags have not only become fashionable, but also a luxury item. In 2017, luxury fashion brand Balenciaga designed a large blue tote bag very similar to IKEA's iconic bag. The blue color, the double shoulder straps. There was a small difference though. While IKEA's bag is either given for free or sold for a few cents depending on the country, Balenciaga's bag came with a much higher price tag. The Balenciaga's tote bag was to be sold for about $2,000. We are extremely flattered to seemingly be an inspiration for the latest catwalk designs for Balenciaga, said an IKEA representative. Some articles justified the price tag by highlighting that it was crafted entirely of leather and handmade in Italy. However, it seems that the whole point of the whole thing was to provoke outrage. The New York Post was quite straightforward, saying Balenciaga's IKEA bag knockoff is even dumber than it looks. The Daily Mail wanted to know if it was high fashion or a high-priced knockoff. But this is not only an anecdote, many companies are now selling luxury tote bags. It's a whole thing. You can find on the internet many articles about the best designed tote bags or about what celebrities use tote bags. Many luxury brands have designed their own versions with their branding and their elevated price. It's quite insane to think about a tote bag for a couple $1,000. But in a way, it's just a natural evolution of a trend by which originally practical products become the target of overconsumption just because they are perceived as cool. Often, social media is behind these trends, as the examples of Trader Joe's tote bag or the obsession with Stanley water bottles shows. Universities, magazines, newspapers, supermarkets, cities, cosmetic brands, bookstores, and more recently, luxury brands. The use of tote bags has recently evolved from niche practice to mainstream. Today you can see tote bags pretty much everywhere. Part of the reason why people use tote bags is for how it makes them feel. Wearing a New Yorker tote bag, for instance, makes you feel culture. Tote bags have become a way to express your identity and your interest, to express who you are and who you want to be. In some cases though, they have become a way to show that you have money. And for companies, tote bags are a great way to greenwash. The tote bag craze is a reminder that, in general, consumption choices are not the best way to solve environmental problems. As a rule of thumb, minimizing the amount of things we buy and consume is always the best option. It's a matter of sufficiency, of thinking what we really need. Tote bags are beneficial if you really use them often. If they just become another fast fashion product that piles up at home, it is not.